And now stand by for adventure.
3, 2, 1.
In the exciting story of The Bat and the Bottle. Colonel Bleep and the High Command review the grim reports once more. 4 flying saucers from Venus lost in collision with a giant space bird. 6 Martian cruisers wrecked in a headlong plunge into a swirling sea of liquid air. And 3 cargo ships from Jupiter lost forever in a raging space storm. High Command agrees these terrible spaceflight accidents must be stopped. But how? Colonel Bleep proposes a daring plan. With a giant, specially equipped rocket ship of his own design, Bleep insists he can survey the many hazards of the universe and produce a map. A space map, which would accurately chart the location of every danger zone in the galaxy. And so, Bleep, Squeak, and Scratch proceed at once to the planet Robot Land. Only the skilled robot engineers of this strange mechanical world are capable of constructing the great rocket ship Travel Lab. Now in Factory City, as the master robot, Romex, guides the movements of his robot workers, the great rocket begins to take shape on the busy assembly line. At last, the fabulous traveling laboratory is ready to blast off on its first flight at dawn tomorrow. But already, Dr. Destructo has a plan. A plan to destroy the great ship. With this bottle of powerful liquid futomic dynamite, Destructo intends to blast the Travelab to smithereens. Quickly, the villain fastens a message to the bottle, then calls his giant vampire bat to deliver the deadly parcel. Away it streaks, straight for Factory City. At dawn, when Bleep and his friends rush out to test their new rocket, they spot the mysterious package.
For luck, to christen the Travel Lab. Signed, a friend.
Of course, every new rocket ship should be christened. But wait, Squeak, don't use that bottle. Sizzling Saturn, that's the very bottle Destructo filled with a powerful liquid futomic dynamite. It will blow them all to cosmic dust. Stop, Squeak! Don't do it! It's too late. Squeak is ready to christen the Travel Lab.
Gleefully, Destructo and his wicked bat watch the awful scene. The puppet takes aim, and there it goes.
But nothing happens. Destructo is amazed. For how can he possibly know his carrier bat had guzzled down every last drop of the liquid dynamite on its long flight to Factory City? Or that the beast standing beside him now is filled with the deadly explosive? But the angry Destructo isn't waiting for explanations. The bat is to blame for the failure of his plan, and now he grabs the terrible creature and twirls him around his head, then sends it crashing at his feet. Yes, the Travel Lab rocket was saved. All of a thirsty bat and an empty bottle.
And now, stand by for adventure.
3, 2, 1.
In the exciting story of the Earth from outer space. Colonel Bleep, Squeak, and Scratch are on their way to outer space for a moon's eye view of our planet, Earth. Here, hundreds of miles above the Earth, they see our planet as a huge round ball speeding through space in its endless orbit around the sun. The Earth completes a full circle around the sun every 364¼ days, which is exactly 1 year by our calendar. And as it moves, it also spins completely around, once every 24 hours, 1 full day by our clock. This means only half of the Earth faces the brilliance of the sun at a time, that side being aglow with daylight. But as that side turns from the sun, the daylight fades into the darkness we call night. Woo! Woo! Billions of years ago, the Earth was probably blazing hot, like the sun. But through the ages, its surface has gradually cooled to form the rock, soil, and salty oceans we know and live upon today. But if Bleep and his friends were to remove a slice from our Earth, like a piece of melon, inside they would discover a center of fiery, molten rock. Yes, no matter how you look at it, from the ground or from deep in outer space, this Earth of ours is an exciting place for Bleep, Squeak, and Scratch to investigate. But it can be even more exciting close up. So now the spaceman dives earthward for a closer look at one of the cities in which the people of this planet work, live, and play. As Colonel Bleep, Squeak, and Scratch peeked down through the clouds, they found the city of New Orleans, Louisiana, cradled within the wide sweeping curves of the mighty Mississippi River. Today, the romantic riverboats of yesteryear have been replaced by modern barges and swift ocean-going freighters, which have made New Orleans the second largest United States port. Colonel Bleep admired the towering buildings in the business district, and Scratch was fascinated by the colorful flags of the International Trade Mart building. Meanwhile, Squeak had spotted Canal Street, the widest street in the nation, and it seemed the whole city was aglow with excitement. This was the season of the Mardi Gras, that festive celebration that attracts thousands to New Orleans every spring. Bleep, Squeak, and Scratch landed atop one of the most beautiful floats in the parade, and the people cheered wildly because Bleep and his friends looked just like 3 happy paraders, disguised in weird costumes of the past, present, and future. The parade took them through the quaint French Quarter, past colorful gardens, massive grilled gates, ornamental wrought iron balconies, antiquated street lamps, and Basin Street, birthplace of Dixieland jazz. But for Scratch, the best thing of all was sampling the chef's prize Creole cooking in the world-famous New Orleans restaurant. Yes, New Orleans is a picturesque and exciting city for Bleep, Squeak, and Scratch. And now, stand by for adventure.
3, 2, 1.
In the exciting story of the Evil Eye.
The Wonder Rocket Travel Lab slows to a gentle stop. Up radar scope. For the first time, Squeak and Scratch peer into the vast expanse of Galaxy 9. Here among colorful planets and glittering stars, lies the greatest terror of the space lanes, the deadly sea of liquid air. Only recently, 6 Martian cruisers plunged into this watery grave. But now Colonel Bleep has arrived to chart this deadly trap for a space map of the universe. With the exact location known to space pilots, the sea of liquid air will never again be a menace to interplanetary space travel. Down radar scope. Proceed on course. Unknown to Bleep, however, this swirling sea holds even greater dangers. For this is the secret lair of Black Patch and his band of cutthroat buccaneers. At this very moment, the villain's powerful space galleon plows through heavy waves, then stops as the evil captain scans the horizon in search of plunder. Shiver me timbers, there she lies, the Travelab rocket, pride of the skies. Load the torpedoes and batten the hatch. We'll make her a coffin for Bleep, Squeak, and Scratch. Through his giant periscope, the wicked pirate anxiously waits as the unsuspecting colonel guides the traveling laboratory into a deadly ambush. Already, Squeak and Scratch are busy at the charting instruments. Through the Futomic survey scope, the caveman sights the position of a planet to the left of the ocean. Mark 1 planet to the left. Check. Then across to the other side. Mark 1 star to the right. Check. And now within the sea itself. Mark 1 blinking eye dead ahead. Check. Blinking eye? Bleep takes over to see for himself. But there's nothing there at all. Scratch checks again. And there it is. A blinking eye as plain as can be. But Bleep and Squeak are sure Scratch is just seeing things. So the caveman is relieved of duty and sent to his quarters to rest. But he cannot rest. For suddenly, his nose begins to twitch. And that's a sure sign of trouble. Terrible trouble. But what? And where? The eye, of course. That mysterious blinking eye. There's no time to lose. No time to explain to Bleep and Squeak. The caveman must investigate alone. Quickly, he leaps aboard his space scooter and opens the launching tube hatch. But look, it's too late. Torpedo alert! Torpedo alert! Black Patch has struck. Bleep leaps to the controls, but the Travelab is too big to escape. The torpedo zeroes in for the kill. But hold on. Scratch has spotted the torpedo. He's diving straight into the path of the missile. He's flipped it over. It's heading back. Bullseye! Yes, thanks to Scratch, the Travelab is saved. And now Bleep and Squeak know there really is a blinking eye. Or at least there was.
And now, stand by for adventure.
3, 2, 1.
In the exciting story of the Firebomb.
Of all the wonders of Futurian space science, none is more valuable to the people of the universe than Colonel Bleep's fantastic invention, the Futurian robot. One by one, these mechanical marvels have been skillfully trained to master every important duty of modern space life. The Master Robot Guidex is in full command of busy Space Station X-1. Control Robot Synchro guides all traffic through the Milky Way Turnpike. Special mechanical engineers man all interplanetary transportation craft, from roaring space trains to small but speedy skyway cars. Step aboard, please. Indeed, without these skillful mechanical men on the job, interplanetary space life would quickly grind to a halt. But there is no need to worry about that, for there is enough high-precision robo-lube in the great Futurian oil well to keep every robot running on perfect schedule forever. Fill me up, please. Yes, my clever mechanical friends. Fill up while you can, for at midnight you shall be dry. First, I shall empty your tanks, then this powerful firebomb is set to explode at 12 to destroy your life-giving oil well. Up, Grizzo! There's work to be done. Sizzling Saturn, Dr. Destructo and his pet gorilla are off to empty the oil tanks and set fire to the Robolube oil well. At Futurian Fire Control Center, a powerful fire detector scans the sleeping sky. Ever alert for the telltale smell of smoke. Smoke! Great galaxies, Grizzle's firebomb has exploded on schedule. The Robolube oil well is a mass of blaze. Robot firemen leap to the call. But look, Destructo has emptied the tank. The entire brigade is grinding to a halt. The wicked plan is working. The mechanical robots have stopped. There's no one left to put out the fire. Hold everything. Here comes Colonel Bleep with Squeak and Scratch. They'll put out the fire. But how? The Colonel knows the frosty foam from this supercharge of frigid plutonium 505 will do the job if it can only be placed directly into the blazing oil shaft. But who could survive those terrible flames? Without delay, the fearless deputies volunteer. But little Squeak is a puppet made of wood. Surely he cannot go. And Scratch? But where is Scratch? Oh, no! There on the robot fire truck! It's the caveman himself inside a fireproof fireman suit! There he goes! Carrying Bleep's supercharge of foamy frigid plutonium! He's risking his life to save the priceless robot oil supply! It's working! The flames are dying down! The fire is out! Hooray! And there's good old Scratch, safe and sound in his fireproof fireman suit. And so, for his bravery, the gallant caveman was made honorary chief of the Futurian Robot Fire Brigade. All of which goes to prove that oil's well that ends well.
And now stand by for adventure.
3, 2, 1.
In the exciting story of
The Ghastly Ghost. The stars of the heavens twinkle softly this night. All is peaceful throughout the universe. Then, suddenly, a speeding object streaks towards the Earth, heading straight for the island base of Colonel Bleep. Instantly, the searching eye of the Colonel's roto-scanner spots the approaching invader. Red alert! Red alert! Prepare for attack! But wait, the saucer streaks right past 00 Island. All clear! All clear! Danger is past! But is the danger past? Colonel Bleep is not so sure, for there was something very familiar about that mysterious flying object. Through his powerful scanner, Bleep continues to track the saucer, watching it finally dip to Earth at the base of the giant pyramids of Egypt, some 3,000 miles away. Now the Colonel knows that the danger is only beginning, for this is the sinister flying saucer of Dr. Destructo, master criminal of outer space. Yes, Destructo has come to Earth to rob the treasure-rich tombs of the ancient Egyptian rulers. Quickly, the doctor's trained baboons begin the plunder, bringing load after load of the precious treasure from the first pyramid to their wicked master. Already, however, Bleep and his trusty space deputies are on their way with a plan to catch the thieving villains by surprise. Now only 2 pyramids remain untouched, but which will Destructo rob next? The Colonel knows they must watch both, and so he sends Squeak and Scratch to guard the first, while Bleep prepares to protect the second pyramid. The trap is set. Now they can only wait. But unknown to Bleep and his friends, Destructo's sly baboons have figured out Bleep's plan. Disguised as mummies, these terrible creatures are already watching the puppet and caveman's every move. Them now, the wicked baboons scoop up the treasure and run. But look, it's another mummy, a giant mummy. Even Destructo shakes with fright, then flees for his very life just as fast as his saucer can carry him. But now, the giant mummy turns to Bleep. Here it comes! Run, Colonel! Run! But Colonel Bleep is laughing so hard he can't even move. And no wonder. Just look at that giant mummy now. It's actually only little Squeak riding piggyback on good old Scratch. Yes, the night had ended on a laugh, and in no time at all, the Egyptian treasure was safely back in place. So, once again, Dr. Destructo has learned that trickery does not pay. For this time, his trick had come back to haunt him.